What's up guys, today I'm going to show you this 4-way paper log brick maker. Let's see what this is all about. I put to the test this thing before, but this one is a single one. It's really awesome. I liked it a lot. This is a good way to recycle your paper. Why not increase our productivity by pretty much 3 times and see if it's gonna be a lot faster. I got here my bucket and I'm gonna be using this packing paper, maybe going to use some newspaper, and I got here a drill with this drill bit like that. Going to put it on the highest settings on 3, so hopefully it's going to mix it all fast. First thing we will have to do is fill it up with water and let it soak in all that paper. Actually, I should put it a little bit at a time, not all at once. So that way it's easier to mix it all together. So once I mix this piece, I'm gonna add on more paper into it. I'm going to pretty much fill this up to the top. Okay, then I got my gloves and safety glasses. Let's put it in. And you're gonna wanna mix everything up. Maybe I should empty out some of the water. Yeah, this should be better. Okay, I can add more paper into it, that's for sure. You see how it's jamming it pretty good. That's a good paper too. It absorbs water really easily. Yeah, you don't want that mixed up together. Have to take it apart. By the way, if you have shredded paper already, you don't even have to do that. You can just get the paper out of shredder machine. But yeah, you want to soak up all this paper as much as possible. Yeah, having a powerful drill definitely helps. Okay, next step is easy step. We're going to be actually using this gadget. Take off this part. And then we're going to fill up this wet paper stuff. There you go. You don't want to overfill it like this one. That's a little bit too much. Also, I might have mixed it a little bit too much as well. That drill is a little bit too powerful for that. Maybe I can fill it up more. That should be good. Okay, now we're going to close it like this. Oh, maybe it was too much, but again, just a learning process right now as well. This paper might not be ideal. You know why? Because it actually holds too much water together. Let's dump it out, all the water. This is what it looks like on the other side. Now let's take it out. This is what we got. When we take these pieces out, they're going to look like this. You know what? This paper is not ideal for sure. It's holding way too much water. You know what? Let me try to just compress it into 2 pieces. And it's way too mushy. You see it? That's not what we want. Maybe different paper will work better. But let's try this anyways. We'll just have to have maybe a lot more. And we squish it all the way. Not too hard because you're gonna bend it, looks like. Gotta dump it out. Let's see what it looks like now. Boom, you got yourself a little briquette. It's still very mushy, but yeah, you see, this paper is not that good. But you can lay it like this anyway, and it will dry out as well. Let me show you this one like this too. Boom. So it'll dry out, it'll burn. Let me go try to do it with different paper. You know what, guys, this time I went to my shredding machine and just got my shredding paper. This stuff is the best. This regular thicker paper actually works better. That way it doesn't absorb too much water like that cardboard paper. I really thought cardboard paper will be actually better, but looks like it's not. Boom. Very nice. Soak it all up now. This is kind of satisfying to mess with it. So weird feeling. Feels like slime. Okay, I'm gonna pour all that paper in. This paper, you see, it's a lot thicker, so it doesn't absorb as much water. I think the whole bucket can fit in there. Wow, that's crazy. You don't want to overfill it, but you don't want to put not enough. Okay, now we're going to put the cover back on and then put these two in like that and squeeze them together. And you see all the water is going to go away all the way down. You can even flip it upside down and pull all the water from this side as well. But yeah, that's what you want to do. Then you're done. And now you got right here a little buckets like this. And I'm gonna drop it like this. Boom. For the most part, they stay together. Let me take another one out. Boom, like this. Then you can just set it on a side like this and take it off very easily. By the way, I'm gonna put this back. Look at that, perfect bucket right here. And then put it like this. Put it back. So you can make 4 at once, really fast. Boom. And that way, you just leave them on the asphalt, they dry out, you make more. And then you have these little logs of paper that is perfect for firewood. Check this out, I can even lift them up right now. But when they dry out, they'll be really solid and a lot lighter. And when you don't need it, you can just put this back, when you don't need to use it, I mean, and store it. Boom. Very awesome. I like this one a lot. Then you wanna set them somewhere in a dry place and it will gonna dry out in a week. It's going to be really awesome. The biggest difference between these two log makers, this handle side here closer to each other, so they're a lot stronger. This one bended a little bit because I put a little bit too much pressure on it. I should just take it slow and slowly squeeze it, not push it really hard right away, so that way my handles don't bend. But overall, I bend them back, they look normal, nothing broke. But this one a lot stronger, that's the only complaint about that. But in the long run, if I'm making a lot of paper logs, this one is gonna be a lot faster than just this one, that's for sure. Also, a couple years ago when I put this one to the test, I also did burn test of those paper logs. So I'll just run the same clip for those who haven't seen it. Probably most of you haven't seen it anyways. So I'll do the burn test right now, what I did with this one, but it's pretty much same paper log. They even look the same. It just take a long time for them to dry out, so might as well just use the same footage because they're going to burn the same. But again, look how beautiful that is. And because they're so compressed together, you see, they sitting on top of each other like that, drying out, and they're not collapsing because it's like a mini log now. Boom, I can even lift it up. It's a little bit flimsy because I didn't compress it as hard, but in my opinion it shouldn't be too compressed because they'll burn better. And boom, I can set it down and wait till it dry out. By the way, this one kind of worked too, but looks like they're going to dry out a lot longer. As you can see, they're a lot more squishier, that's for sure. But it's possible to lift them up with one head. I'm just gonna set them right here next to it. I bet they're going to burn better because cardboard burns a little bit better in my opinion. But they are a little bit harder to make because they are so flimsy. But it's okay, once they dry out, no problem. Boom. No problem, both of them. Lift them up pretty good and I'm gonna be using them for bonfires this summer, that's for sure. We got the fire going with the small twigs, but the problem about small twigs, the fire burns really well, but it burns out so quickly. So now we're going to have to add some bigger pieces of logs, or in this case it's a paper log. Let's see how well it burns. Okay, I'm going to time it and see how long it's gonna burn for. Actually, I will put 2 logs like this, 2 paper logs. You know what, guys? This side of this paper log is actually burning pretty well. The only question is how long will actually it's going to burn for, because we don't want it to burn out too fast, because we want something that burns a long time. But this is a definitely cool way to recycle paper, because I'm going to heat up my house really well this winter with these paper logs, so I don't have to use as much electricity. It's pretty cool. It's been about 20 minutes and look, it's still burning. Let's try to open it and let's see what it looks like inside. Whoa, look at that. It's not even burnt out that much inside of it. Look, it's still all paper inside. So it's gonna actually burn for a very long time. At least a couple hours, that's for sure. Because it's so dense, and if you set it on really hot coals, it will burn no problem. This is awesome. And if it stops burning, all you have to do is simply grab your fireplace tool and just break it apart, and it will burn really fast again, or really well again. Look at this. I can just break it in half, so it burns a little bit more. Pretty cool. I like these paper logs. For today's video, we're going to put to the test mini wood camping stove. It's about 20 bucks. Let's see what this thing is all about. Boom. Wow, nice. Looks like it's all set up in a little holder like this. Beautiful. I like how it separates, so it makes it a lot smaller. This is looks like the top. Boom. Now let's see how it works. So looks like it's very simple. Right here goes inside. Boom. Then this insert goes inside here, just like that. And then the top goes inside here. And let me show you. This side here, the legs for your pot. This is awesome. Look how big it is once you unfold it. Okay, let's light it up and see if it's hard to light it up. I got here birch bark. That should be really easy to strike it and light it. Also, I prepare a whole bunch of small twigs right here. I'll break them up. As soon as I light it, I'll put the small twigs first and then the bigger twigs once the small twigs light up really good. So let's see if we're going to succeed. There you go. Then we're gonna put all that birch bark inside there. It's burning, and then we're going to stick a little twigs in there too. Probably have to break them up, otherwise they won't fit. There you go. Birch bark is a perfect fire starter. And as you can see, there is plenty of ventilation from the bottom, so all that wind going through so good, so that's why I don't even have to blow on it. It's just going to light up itself. As you can see, very easily you can find those little twigs all over. You gotta start with the smaller ones first to get the good fire going. Even with all these wet little twigs, it's burning so well. Without any kind of kindling, just a bark, that's it. You see all that heavy smoke? Those twigs are just a little wet, that's why. But it will dry out in a little bit. Now I know it's burning good, I can put some bigger pieces in there, so that way we can build up some coals in there. You can just break up bigger sticks with a knife or something, and now we can add on the bigger pieces in there like that, little chips, so that way more can fit. So we have good coals to cook and boil water on. We have a heavy gust of wind, and as you can see, it's actually lighting up even more. By the way, when you put pot holder on top, check this out. The flames are going to the top and concentrated right here. That way you can add on your pot, and look at that. This side here opening, so if you want to still feed it more fire with more little twigs. So that's really smart. I like that a lot. I'm actually going to move it into the shade so that way we can actually see the flame. When it's burned hot, it's actually burning from the holes over here, the flames. If you look at it closer, you can actually see that. That's so beautiful. It looks like a gas stove. And once you add on this top, boom. Once again, look how well it's burning on a minimum sticks. Very, very minimum sticks. It's a big flame. If you look up close up, the flame are coming off just like from a stove, from the side, from those holes. So when we add on pot of water, boom, check this out, all the flame heat in the pot. And let's see how long it will take to boil the water. And once again, look how easy it is to add on sticks just to the side right here. And you don't need anything bigger than these sticks. So far it's probably my favorite mini camp stove because I don't need any gas or any fuel. All I have to do is find little twigs, which is everywhere. You can find twigs so easily, and it's burned so efficiently, I cannot believe it. Honestly, I like this stove better than this one because gas, you gotta continue keep buying gas. I do love this camp stove as well. Honestly, it's a tie because this one is a little bit bigger than this one and you do need a gas for this one, but although it's smaller and if there's no twigs at all, I would still use this camp stove. So I'll just have a couple of sticks, break them up once in a while and add on into there. I can hear it starting to boil. Maybe a couple more minutes and we're going to have a boiled water. About 10 minutes in, boom, look at that. We got heavy boiled water. That's what we want. It's really cold outside right now, so as soon as I open the lid, it's going to stop boiling. Look at that, it's boiling again. Now I can take off this pot. Boom, check this out. I love the way it's burning. It's so beautiful. And it's filled up with a bunch of coals in there, so it's going to burn a very long time. So remember a while back I cut a bottle into a stain and then you weave a rope out of it? Well, I had to build it myself. Now they actually build the gadget just on that concept. Let's see what it's all about. As you can see, it's a handle right here and you can adjust how much you want to cut your plastic bottle. I'm gonna say 1 centimeter. Okay, I got a plastic bottle. What we're going to do is just grab a knife and cut off a piece. Try to make it straight as possible, because that way it will be much easier later. And let's see how this works. You put it into the bottle. There you go. And then you just pull it through like this. Ah, no. Let's try this again. Start it out like this and keep going. I think it's only works like this. You really have to hold it like this. You can't really pull it through other ways. It's cut off the wrong way. So you kind of have to push it forward and side. Forward and side. Other than that, it kind of does not work that well. But anyways, let's try this again. There you go. Now it works for some reason. Kind of comes off sometimes, the track. You see what I'm saying? Definitely not the best cutter because it comes off like this. Okay, let's try this one more time. Hopefully it will work now. Usually when I did that DIY one, it was pretty easily to cut a bottle. You just pull it on this stain, but if you pull on a stain, it just doesn't work. So you'd have to hold it like that to cut this bottle without it from it to come out. Other than that, if you pull on this stain, what happens is it just flies away. Okay, let's see. Oh nice, it works now. There you go, look at that. It's easy too. There you go, now it works. You kind of just have to pull it towards this way, so that way it's actually does what it's supposed to do. Nice. Looks like we came to the end. Now we can cut it off. There you go. There you go. It works when you hold it like this and cut goes this way and you pull it through like this. Then it works well. Other than that, it kind of comes off. So you just gotta use this gadget right for it to work. That is a really thick bottle. So the rope will be much thicker too. There you go. It just got too thick over here. As you can see, if you hold it the right way, it works really easily. And look at that, we have a really strong rope. If you pull it together, it does not break that easily, especially if you tie something around many times and make a shelter out of it, no problem. So as you can see, it is a great idea, but it does not work every single time. There you go. Nope. There you go. Now it works. It's so weird how sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But for me it's the best to hold it like this and then it cuts really well. I think the problem is inside over here the blade is 90 degrees. I think it should have been tilted a little bit so that way it's actually bites into the bottle and not slides out and cut off the short pieces. Today's video we're going to put to the test portable campfire. It's pretty recent gadget and when I got it I was like, whoa, that's pretty interesting. It looks like, actually when you open it up, it looks like a giant candle, and it says so in the back of it, it says it's 4 pounds, so it's pretty much 4-pound candle, except it has, instead of a wig, you have these pieces of paper all over it, and it's a soy wax inside there. And it smells really good. It smells like scented. Boom, it's resealable, and on the label it says easy to light, reusable, portable, made from recycled soy wax, non-toxic, waterproof, easy to store, made in USA. Sounds great, doesn't it? But the problem with me about these things, yes, it's cool if you absolutely do not have access to firewood. You know, one time I was actually camping out on the campgrounds in Florida and they did not allow to gather firewood on a lot anywhere. You had to either buy it from there or buy it from this store if they run out of firewood. But something about campfire or like bonfire, you have to have real wood, because something about burning firewood and looking at it and it's like making these crackling noises and those sparks goes from the wood, it's just beautiful. It's like one of the best feelings. You know what I'm talking about. Most of you probably had a bonfire with real firewood. So this one right here, probably if you completely do not have anywhere firewood, maybe, you know what, at that point, yes, I understand, I would use that. But I would, in my opinion, I would prefer wood before the candle for the campfire. But right here in the back it says, also I would strongly recommend reading the description if you get one of those to use. It says, do not try to blow it out, like it is really strong flames. Also say do not use water, because what happens if you pour water on wax, and especially a really hot candle, it will just explode even higher. When I was a kid I actually did that mistake. I poured water on a heavily burning candle, the flame reached the ceiling like poof, big pop. I actually did that experiment. So do not put water on really hot candles. By the way, for my lighter choice, I still love this little gadget I put to the test. Most of you probably already seen that video. I got here a cheap lighter. Oh wow, look, I forgot that I actually had to take off the drum off of it, and then you put it in, boom, and now you got this very cool lighter instead of a cheap lighter. And to refill it, just grab another cheap lighter, take off this little drum, the spinning drum that makes sparks, take off all that, and I love this. This is my favorite lighter. Let's open it up and try to light it up. Wow, it is pretty easy to light it actually. It is a little windy, so it is actually going to be a good test. And by the way, you don't want to throw away the lid, because this is the only way you want to turn off this fire, by covering it up and suffocating it. And obviously the flame is going to be 2 to 3 feet, this whole area will be very, very hot. Even if you're going to put away the flames, do not touch it for another maybe 40 minutes. Let it cool off, because it will be very, very hot. You're going to burn your finger so bad if you touch this metal part. So far it's burning so well. I wonder how long it's going to burn for. It does not say in the description. I looked all over, but maybe we'll just check it out. Also looks like I should have put it on some kind of flat surface, because it just might leak out a little bit. Also they say do not move it once you light it up, because you just might flip it over and spill all the wax, and wax gonna be on fire all over. So just keep it out there. But wow, so far it's burning really good. It's a little windy, as you can see, so we're going to let it go on, and let's see if it's actually going to get to the flame up to 2 to 3 feet. I did not think it's gonna get that much of flames. Right now, what is it? About like 12 inches, maybe a little bit more once in a while. But look at it, it's burning really good. It's amazing how well it's burning actually. It's interesting that this fire is actually smells so good, like scented candles. I prefer having bonfires actually smells like burnt firewood, you know. This one you get this scented campfire, which is interesting. Definitely a different, unique experience. Okay, let's give it a minute. Let's see if it's going to burn for a while or not. And obviously don't leave it unattended if you started this candle. Just like a bonfire, you gotta make sure nothing gonna get on fire. As you can see, it's really getting to be windy, and it's not blowing out, so that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Yeah, one mistake I did, as you can see, I had to put a stick under there to level it, so make sure you put it on a flat surface. So now it probably will burn a little bit better. I don't know if I would cook hot dog over it, or like maybe s'mores, because it smells like it's scented fire. Because you know, when you're burning candles, it smells pretty good. Well, this fire smells pretty good as well. It smells like it's scented. I don't want my hot dogs or s'mores to be scented either, so. But again, it's just cool. I would use it if there is completely no firewood there at all. Wherever you are, there is no firewood, you cannot get it. Yeah, maybe it's a good option. But you know what? The real campfire is with firewood, in my book, always. Would have been amazing if it was also a mosquito repellent. Then yeah, would have been a big plus. I'm gonna hang out here and see how long it's going to burn for. Okay, it's been burning for a while now. I can tell it's gonna burn for definitely a few hours, no problem, because there's so much wax in there. I don't see it burning out that quickly, and it's been flaming pretty steadily on that kind of flame. That's at least 1 foot. It's probably gonna get bigger once some of that wax will burn out some more, and it's gonna get a lot bigger flame. But also what you can do once you're done using it, you don't want to use it anymore, all you have to do not put water on it. Just grab the lid and put the lid over it, and boom, there's gonna be a little bit of flame still going, but you want to cover it like that. It's just gonna burn off the rest of the oxygen and it will stop burning, hopefully. Let's find out. There you go, you see, and now it's off. Don't touch it, let it burn off completely, and wait at least 30-40 minutes to move it somewhere else. And you don't want to cover it all the way. You want the rest of the smoke to come out of there. Again, it might be really hot. Yep, it is pretty hot. What I'm gonna do is light it up again, just to see if it's going to be easy. So yep, it definitely very scented smell to it, that smoke. So let's try to light it up again and see if it's easy to relight it. Yep, especially while it's hot, it is very easy to relight it. for today's video I'm going to show you pretty unique product. I was browsing online and I found something I never seen before, and that's what I want to put to the test of stuff when it's very unique and cool products, like one of a kind stuff. And this one is very cool for sure. This is a fire starter with the fuse over here, pretty long fuse. So this is what we're going to put to the test. I have campfire starter right here, pocket size. It says on it pocket. And this one has a pack, I guess in a backpack or something, or maybe survival bug out bag. I think they're all really awesome. So what I'm gonna start with is the big one. Sometimes when it's raining, it's annoying to start a fire. You all know how it is. And if you have a bunch of wet firewood, it will be smoking all day. Well, hopefully with this one we can get fire going really fast and really big right away. So let's open it up and see what it's all about. Got my knife over here. Just have to pop this little plastic. There you go. Definitely love the design. It looks like camouflage right here, and it comes with the instruction, and it warns you do not place on the hot coals. Okay, on the back right here we got here a very thick fuse. Wow, that's really thick. I bet it's gonna light up so good. This is definitely the thickest fuse I ever seen. So we're going to place it into our pretty big pieces of firewood. Let's see if it's actually going to light them up. What we're gonna do is place firewood like this, and we want to build a little platform for this thing. Then the second piece will lay like this and like this, and then we'll just build a little hut like that, and we'll put fire starter inside of it. Right here it says outdoor use only. Pull out the fuse, place bare ground stock fill on top, point fuse away and the light. Stand back at least 8 feet. Just of course, safety is #1 priority. You don't want to stand too close to it. And wait at least 5 minutes before approaching. Wow, interesting. Oh wow, the fuse is awesome. Now I'm staying away at least 12 feet over here, and I'm gonna let it get going for 5 minutes, and then I'll come up and look at it, what it's doing. That's a long fuse, that's for sure. So I have plenty of time to walk away. Whoa! No way! It's gonna turn my camera! Oh my god! No way! This thing is insane! Wow! You know what? If this thing does not start the fire, I don't know what else to do. Now I see why they say it gives away 8 feet at least. Because it's like a blowtorch. Oh my god! This is awesome! And as you can see, it's getting firewood on fire, no problem. Even though those are pretty big pieces, easy. Look at that, it's just gonna burn and burn and burn and burn for a long time. I'll just set it aside for now. And as you can see now, that secondary small fire is going to burn for a long time. You'll have no problem lighting up very moist wood, maybe even wet wood. It'll just dry it out and then get it going. Amazing.